Hello, and welcome to Downtime, presented by Bank of America, and also brought to you by Riverview Jazz in conjunction with the Hudson County Office of Cultural and Heritage Affairs and Tourism Development. The longest name, but they do a lot of good work. So we're excited to be with them. My name is Bryan Beninghove. I'm the director of Riverview Jazz. I'm also a musician, and this is kind of a really fun project that we wanted to do here during the pandemic that's happening, but we also are really excited because it's a program that could also have a lot of legs as far as marketing all the amazing talent we have right here around Hudson County and Jersey City in particular. You know, there's just so many great musicians here and nobody's working right now. So we thought, what a great idea to check in with everybody and see what they're doing. So this is going to be a little series that we're doing. This first episode. It's July 2020. If you need more of a timestamp than my beard that's happening right now, because it's that's what's going on right now, and just about everybody. And I'm really excited to see how many people have beards that we will be interviewing here. So so today we wanted to start off. We have a good friend of mine and a hell of a bass player, a real great musician that's very versatile, a lot of fun to play with. I've played a million different styles with him, and he plays a million, but that shouldn't cloud your thinking upon him that he takes gigs with me sometimes, because he actually plays a lot of really great musicians as well. But this guy's a very versatile cat that plays a million different things, and one of the things that why we really were eager to try to get him on here to talk about it is transitioned very well. He's been doing this for a while already, doing figuring out a lot of different ways to work, and I thought it'd be really neat to kind of hear what he's up to. So without further ado, bassist via Tulsa, via Kansas City, and now in the Jersey City Heights, Mr. Craig Akin. How are you?
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Were you doing anything else?
Was I doing anything else? Oh, yes and no.
So what have you been up to, Craig? You seem to always be doing something when I check in with you online. What's going on right now in the wonderful world of Craig Akin?
I'm adapting to the new abnormal, which is, for me, trying to become an amateur, or should I say adequate, sound engineer, videographer, lighting director, web designer,
yeah,
among other things.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? It ain't just playing notes anymore, is it?
Oh, it's so much beyond that. In fact, sometimes I feel like I'm not a musician and just trying to create content, you know, and do the best I can on that side of things. So playing notes and songs or whatever, playing any kind of music it seems like it's sidelined right now. But I'm trying to keep that all in balance.
Well, it's kind of like that old joke when they say, you know, like how much to do the gig? Where it's like, well, I play for free, but I charge $1,000 to load in and load out. And that's kind of how the things are now. You know, it's like we got to do all this other stuff just to even just get to the point of even playing some notes.
Oh yeah, for real.
Now, you've kind of already been into this game a little bit as far as creating your own content and working distantly for a couple years now. Isn't that right?
Well, yeah. For the past few years, I have been trying to set up my rig to be able to record from home and overdub for people on their projects, their existing projects. So that's been going pretty well. They find me via word of mouth or my website or on this really cool platform called airgigs.com, and which is a global platform to hire musicians to record for you remotely. And so I get some good work there, and the past few years I've been kind of aiming to be able to do this from home, and that really came in handy at the time of the coronavirus and then when the pandemic hit.
So you were one of like 10 people on that website in March and probably one of 10 million in May. Is that kind of
I think you're
is that
exactly
kind
correct on those numbers.
of I know. Well, so have you noticed anything with the technology? Because I know it's always kind of a I mean, playing together is always kind of a little bit of a drag with all the latency stuff. I mean, that's why it's like if we're going to get together and play, it's like we might as well just do some drone music, or anything without time. But have you noticed that have you had to stay ahead of the curve, and what have you found with a lot of the stuff that you're recording? Because I know there's a lot of there's going to be probably 10 million people watching this, but but for the musicians that are checking this out, what would you recommend that you've noticed works and what doesn't work and that type of thing?
Well, a lot of trial and error for one thing. Getting basic equipment to be able to record or stream from home, which for me has been a basic interface, and I've got a 4-channel interface because oftentimes I'll have 2 microphones plus a direct signal to track. So yeah, an interface and some decent mics,
Yeah.
and software, of course, is important, for recording. A lot of people are getting by with GarageBand, and I've been using Logic,
Yeah, that's what I use.
and just to be able to change my sample rates because people request
Oh.
different sample rates that
Mm-hmm.
GarageBand is not able to do. And so I've noticed, yeah, a lot of trial and error and being patient and just accepting that you're not going to be an expert at all this immediately. It takes time and patience.
And now, so a lot of this is almost just like how you would record anyway, but now streaming is a whole different thing. You know what I mean? We're getting into like all of a sudden it's like there's different, it's a wave here of different quality. You know what I mean? You can be anywhere. What have you found that works? Because I know you and your wife, Abby Gardner, fantastic musician. If you guys haven't checked her out as well, you guys have been doing a lot of streaming stuff. What have you found works for you? And worth it?
Right. Well, it seems like every streaming show we've done, we've had to change or sort of adjust the way we approached it, and maybe exactly what hardware we were using for it. So we have done quite a bit of trial and error there, and messing up and having some stressful moments right before a downbeat. But
Right.
I would suggest, first of all, for streaming, to plug in directly to your router. So with the
Oh,
Ethernet cable, so bypassing Wi-Fi.
yeah.
That can help eliminate some latency and just some other possible dropped connections or things like that. So yeah, we go direct now, which we haven't done in a very long time.
Yeah.
And we use OBS, the software for broadcasting uh, live streams. So OBS, we're able to connect our interface into it, as well as any external camera that we want to
So you're
use.
running your interface right into the OBS and everything's powered by the Ethernet there? Like it's running direct into there?
Right, right. So the best camera that we have in our house is an iPhone XR, which is a 4K camera with the lens in the front and back. So we use the back lens, which is not the selfie lens. So it's a higher quality lens. So we use that, and we pipe that through the OBS camera app on the
Mm.
phone, and then the OBS app on the computer recognizes that, and then it also recognizes whatever interface you might be using or USB mic, and then OBS just kind of puts it all together, and you can mix your sound in there and really enhance your video how you want to. You can add images to your screen text, a scrolling
Yeah.
text at the bottom, all kinds of cool things that you wouldn't be able to do without it.
That's interesting. So you can really almost create your own show rather than having to just deal with like a platform on Facebook or something like that, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
good.
There's so many possibilities you can do to it to spice it up, for the viewer.
Mhm.
It's really cool, and you can record the entire show right from OBS while you're streaming as well. It probably takes quite a bit more bandwidth. So,
Yeah.
but if you're going direct with Ethernet, it's less of an issue, But you can record your show for later purposes and chop it up and use pieces of it for different kind of content creation. So
You
it's
gonna
yeah,
have
it's been
legs on
cool.
this after this? Are you gonna is this you see this having after when we're out of the pandemic in 2028 and it's us and Charlton Heston? Are you going to do you see all these skills developed coming back into play? Especially as an independent artist to an extent, Um,
Absolutely, because I mean, for me, I'm sort of been forced to learn Logic and get deeper into that in my own audio editing and mixing, and I was forced to start learning OBS, and
yeah.
I've been learning kind of on a different side from streaming, but learning the DaVinci Resolve software for video editing
Oh,
and
great.
producing, and so it's all related.
Yeah.
And yeah, these skills, I mean, will be around, will be used.
You're gonna make
I'm
hundreds of dollars, Craig.
anticipating for a long, long time,
Yeah, it's true
and
though.
maybe reach
Yeah.
tens of people. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's wild right now. All these different skills. I mean, because normally you'd be touring right now. Play with Red Molly a lot, fantastic group.
Right.
And locally you play a lot with Akin Backbeat. You have a lot of great projects going on. You itching to get back. Any talk? I mean, breaking news right here. You want to make it? Anything going on? Everybody's just hanging out.
Hanging in there. Uh,
You know,
this year we're just anticipating doing a lot of live streams and a lot of recording from home, videos, as well as just audio for record making purposes or singles for
right.
Spotify type of thing. So I don't think we're going to be out touring until mid next year.
Yep.
Spring at the earliest, probably summer or fall. It's hard to say, but I hope the local gigs, resume much, much sooner
Yeah.
than that.
Well, we might have a couple things coming in the summertime, small outdoor things, but we'll see and stay tuned to Craig Akin. They can find out about you at craigakin.com
That's
and
perfect.
check you out on social media, and you can hear what we're doing as well. Um, Guys, please check out Craig. We're going to say goodbye to Craig here right now. Craig, enjoy the heights, enjoy the heat, enjoy everything right now. Enjoy your time off and stay busy. I know you're like me. You're even more busy when you're not working. So
For sure. Yeah, yeah. I love it.
it's great seeing you, Craig. And I'll talk to you soon, man.
I appreciate you and everything you do, man. You got to know it.
Thanks, man. Well, once again, that's Craig Akin. And we want to thank, this has been the first episode of Downtime with Riverview Jazz. This is presented by Bank of America, so we want to thank them. They've always been there for us at the Jersey City Jazz Festival. They're a wonderful sponsor, as well as the Hudson County, get ready, Hudson County Office of Cultural and Heritage Affairs and Tourism Development. They're fantastic over there, and they've
Woo!
always been a big help with us. Our video editor is Rod Holliday. The theme song was composed by yours truly. Don't kill me. Send the hate mail right to riverviewjazz.org. And our logo is done by Maurizio Massi. So we want to thank you guys all and tune in for the next one. And that's Downtime.